Rule number 5, gold can be found in the most unlikely of places. I spent the first chapters of my adult life working in a violent psych ward. The pay wasn't horrible, but it was far from good. And I knew being in an uncomfortable place such as this would give me the constant motivation needed to get my music off the ground. During lunch breaks, I'd be writing songs, or during the midnight shift when most of the patients were asleep. My music doubled as therapy for me, as well as my way out in hopes of a better future. Now, when I say this place was violent, I mean I've been punched, kicked, choked, spit at, hair pulled. It ain't for the weak. And after only being there 6 months, I was the only one out of my new hire group that stayed. Am I crazy, you ask? Probably for sure, but I tell you what, I needed the money, and everybody knows how hard it can be getting a new job once you decide to step away from a current one. So I endured, and I learned a lot about mental health disorders and met hundreds, maybe thousands of people over the course of 7 years from all walks of life whose pathways crossed with the Psych Ward. One of the biggest things I learned about myself working there is that people connect with my words, and that is one of the most powerful tools I possess. The groups I ran will often be full to overflowing, and patients would tell me they connected with how I gave them hope and helped make coping with life circumstances and tough situations more tangible and in their control. When it was finally time to leave and give more time to my growing music career, I started sharing my music and psych stories on TikTok, which led to me growing an audience to over 800,000 followers. There I was. It was like running groups in the ward again, but this time virtually with more people. I've gotten hundreds of messages from people who are doctors, professors, technicians, nurses, musicians, poets, and even students inspired by my music and stories all around the world. Music and stories. It took this whole time for me to see clearly that the areas I have the most gold to give are in my music and through stories I share with others. Maybe you're trying to figure out where you're headed and whether anything you're doing makes sense as to where you want to be. It's not always fun being on the outside looking into the glass of your ideal self. But here's a secret. You don't have to have everything that ideal you has. Just make decisions the ideal you would, day by day, moment by moment, and eventually you'll be living that life. And be patient. Don't rush it. Trust me, I know. I'm still digging for gold, but I found a few nuggets to keep me afloat and keep me digging. Check out my music on all platforms under J Pitt, so you can follow my TikTok, YouTube, and IG for stories, as well as the music. Peace!
I tuck a necklace and stay irrelevant, so if shit go down, they don't come after me. Used to biscuits feeling bold on my feet, kicks in the wintertime cold on my feet, never creasing curled toes in the sneaks, dropping like I got no dose on the Jeep. On Saturdays, niggas pull hoes on release day. Boy, she don't like you, she like the feet game. Heavy mama made me a cheapskate. I ain't a fool, I can rock a pair of Skechers, still make it look cool, but I got